are waiting at the door. So we are live. Dr.
Hi.
Laura.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
It's,
Welcome to the gifting table.
yes,
Yes,
it's a gift to
yes.
be here. It is a
Amen. Amen. We are so elated to have you here with us. It's as soon as you received the invite, you instantly responded
well,
to
it's
me.
you.
And
How could I not?
I, oh, you're so
You can't keep me
lovely.
away.
No, I don't want to. You're
Wild
you're
horses, I
you're
think.
you're my sister from another mother.
Oh my gosh. You want to start singing on that one? Because I know the words.
So we are going to hello, yes, continue to come in the room around the gifting table on Instagram, as well as those on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Come on in
Mhm.
because you are in for an awesome treat. We are going to get started with what we promised you. We've been sending out those posts. We have been sending out the posts. Today we have the one and only Dr. Laura Cobb. And if you do not know Dr. Laura, I call her Dr. Laura. And once you get to know her, she'll say,
It's
Dr. Laura is
it's
fine.
just Laura. Just
See
Laura.
what I'm talking about?
But now if somebody pulls something with me, you could call me Dr. Cobb, but that's only if they're mean. It doesn't happen much.
Right. Well, we're going to go into her short bio, but you know the accolades she has, and you can always follow her, which I'm sure you do. And those of you who do not know who she is and have not connected with her on any social media platform, I advise you to do so because she is filled with so much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of her gifts. So let's dive into this if we can. She's licensed professional counselor and life coach with 20 plus experience years in mental and emotional health, addiction and abuse, sexual assault, supervision, crisis, intervention, training and development, diversity and inclusions, and university lecturer courses. That's a lot, you all. So you understand. Now you know why she has all these titles and accolades because she earned every last one of them and some more. Past president of the European branch of the American Counseling Association, Ph.D., MA, University of Maryland. Ooh, and there's more counseling and personnel services.
Yeah.
So, with that said, and she's going to tell you a little bit more, but we're going to dive into this awesome conversation. And we do ask that you engage with us. We love for you to
Questions.
engage, right, Dr. Laura?
Bring it. Bring it. It's lonely on the stage. I want to be alone on
Yes, it
stage.
is. Yes, it is.
You're
And
the
we
peeps. I know,
we
right?
clap
We just
for
want some love. We just want to show some love. Where's the love?
bring the love on for Dr.
Stop it.
Laura. Yes, yes,
Just,
yes.
just
Number
stop it. Just stop
Yeah,
it.
stop it. Play it
Oh my God.
again.
I got
Play
two
it
of them.
again.
Stop it. I got two. I got one for both. I got one for each.
See, and we're just getting started,
Stop
right?
it. This is true.
Number one, we see you today as a successful, well achiever of titles, degrees, and accolades. Tell us your story.
Oh,
Why are you so passionate about helping women? And let's not leave the men out.
very,
Let's
very true.
include the men too, because they need the help as well. Right? Right, sisters?
Everybody needs a little help from their friends.
How men can also gain value in knowing about the importance of achieving
Mm,
a mindfulness.
yes.
And you taught me, Dr. Laura taught me as we were going through this. She said it very slowly. And we promise we will talk to you very slowly today. Mindfulness. And that brings upon a different, what is it? Wording,
Well,
meaning,
it's a whole nother level. It's
whole
just,
nother level. Let's elevate them today because they're ready for it. It's their
well,
season
you know what they
to
say about hope
receive.
is that help other people elevate, or at least help one person elevate. Hope.
Yes, yes.
Help.
So the question is, why is personal development so important?
Well, gosh. I mean, if we stay where we were, we're going to be where we were. If we do what we did, we're going to get what we got. And I don't know about you,
Mm,
but I don't like being the same thing I am the day before. I mean, success for me is primarily, am I better the next day than I am the prior? And it's
mm,
about growth over time and diligence. I mean, there's something to be said for resilience. And with resilience, you got to have some vulnerability before you're actually able to have that resilience and have that tenacity and that dedication to remain in that mindset. However, when we have that mindset, sometimes things happen and we have to shift. So that full of your mind, you're so full of yourself, you're so full of so fabulous that you cannot help but nourish others from the overflow. And so when you're able to do that, I want you to be so in love with yourself, just so full of yourself, you can't stand it. And if other people don't like it, well, then they got a problem. So who's got a problem? Someone's got a problem. Who's got the problem? I think there's a lot to be said with personal development in that getting over other people, only to the extent that people say that public speaking is the number one fear, more so than death. So I'd rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy. I don't understand that, only because I don't think it's public speaking. I think it's FOPO, which is fear of other people's opinions. Am I going to be judged? Am I going to have any scrutiny on myself? Am I going to, what are they going to, what are they going to say? How are they going to think about me? And that's all perceived. And unfortunately, a lot of folks with personal development, it means getting out of yourself. And it sounds so, I don't even know if this is a word, oxymoronic. It seems that you have to be full of yourself to get out of yourself. So panic attacks, depression, anxiety, all of those stuff, all that mindsetness. When we get in our mindset, we can't change. And so what happens then is then we stay on that path and then we lose sight of what the purpose is on the journey, which is connection and other people. So that
mm.
nervousness can be shifted to excitement, meaning what can I offer today? What can I learn from today rather than what can I teach? So when
Ooh,
we shift the way
that's
when we have a mind shift and we shift the way that we look at the world that we look at changes because it's not always about us.
right, right, right. True, true. And we have your life, what is this coach? Your life coach says, wow. So
Mhm.
she's receiving some of this information and she's taking notes because when someone say wow, you know their mind is really set into the conversation. And we thank you. There you go. There you go. And we're going to, you know what? We're going to give her a clap on this. Clap, clap, clap for Dr. Laura. And so with all that said and done, I know in a few minutes, and it may take maybe 5 minutes, whatever time, we're on good time. But in a few minutes, what was your life like before you realize others can benefit from your trauma
Mm.
and experience that helped you to have a mind shift to
Wow.
becoming self fulfilled, whole, and complete
Oh boy.
by activating your gifts of courage and confidence?
Oh, you took some notes there. You're so fabulous. You pretty well encapsulated the entire gist of what we talked about. And that one question is I don't feel complete. I'm complete enough, and I'm enough today. And it's very difficult to have that shift in mind. That before it wasn't like that. I was so full of myself that I couldn't wait to get out of myself. I wasn't a cut or anything like that. I just didn't want to be in my skin. And that was trigger warning. I beg your pardon. If there's anyone who's struggling with that at this time, I encourage you to get some help. And I just didn't feel seen. I didn't feel valued, because even though there's the high achiever and, you know, all these accolades and awards and all that, I used that to fill a hole in my soul. I thought maybe if I achieve more, then I'll be more. But the only reason I did that was way I knew how to do that was to do more. But we're not human doings. We're human beings. And to sit with myself, I just, instead of taking it out on others, I imploded. It's just can be very scary. And finally getting to the place where I was tired of harming myself. I was tired of harming myself because it was harming others. And it doesn't even have to be anything necessarily overt. It can be something to the extent of the words that I say to myself. The words that you say to yourself are so powerful. And when we are triggered, our brain reverts back to when we first experienced any form of trauma. And we react instead of respond to whatever that in that moment that trigger is, because no one can make you feel, say, do, or think anything. They could say or do something that might trigger, because if you don't have the same experiences as I did growing up, then someone might say something to you and I wouldn't even pay it any mind, because it doesn't matter to me. It's not relevant. So, and being a highly sensitive empath, and when others would feel as if that I had hurt them in any way, I would take that on and hurt myself with those words and those ways of behaving in the world that are not conducive to healthy relationships. So, and that's the challenge, is to then get out of that mindset, because what worked for me then doesn't work for me now. It's as if I had broken my arm, which I did when I was young in second grade. And I had a cast up to here for 3 months, and I cast up to here. This here for 3 months. It was very bad. It was a bad break. And I grew out of it. And that healed me at the time. I needed that particular tool in that moment that fit me in my life. But to take that with me and continue using the same tools or techniques that don't serve me as an adult because I know better, and I'm not the same person, because I'm developing over time with every single subsequent experience, then other people too come into my life. And we're learning through connection. We're learning through relation. So it's all about the ease and flow. Either you ease and flow, or you grow and go. Oh my.
Yes, that's a mic drop. I'm telling you, she gave so much, which is good. And she has more to give. She has more to give. And again, we would like for you to engage with us. Type your questions. If you have any questions on today for Dr. Laura, please put them in the comments, and we can see you. We can see you. So engage with us, and we would truly, truly appreciate it. So with that said, do you have anything else? I know you mentioned the word courage during our connection and conversation, but do you have anything else to add to the courage and confidence before we go to a commercial break?
Sure. From what I know for sure is that the only way to gain and to garner, to cultivate, to nurture courage is to fall or to fail. And I don't even the connotation, the label of the word fail, it really is just first attempt in learning, because we all fall. Every single thing we've ever done in our lives, we've failed at. We didn't succeed the first time we spoke. We didn't succeed the first time we tried to sleep. We didn't succeed the first time we went to the bathroom in the toilet. We're going to miss. And it might not look so pretty, but even more so, even the better, because then I know that someone's like me, that I'm not alone.
Right. Right. And
And
it's,
let them.
it's all it's all about, stretching as we go through life and learn the
Right.
different
Right.
components of, our life journey. We're stretching, we're stretching one another. Look, look. Hey, we came to have fun. We're stretching. And we're stretching on this call too, but we're here to have so much fun. But we are going to go to a commercial break, and it's only a short break. So we want you to stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere because you may miss this the second half of what Dr. Laura has to say. So we will be right back as soon as we go to commercial. We promise
Come
you
back.
that
Stay
we
here.
will, yes, stay right here. Don't go anywhere. And we will pull this
Stop it.
wonderful connect with her, although we will post it. And we guess what? We're back. We are back. So we are going to go back. We're
We're
back. She's back. She is back. So we're
awesome.
going to go into the second segment of our discussion on today. So Dr. Laura, as we continue our conversation, we would like for you to tell us and share with us the now. You shared with us the beginning, why and how, your passion, and then your pitfall. You brought it home, the pain, the struggle that you had to get to where you are today. Now we would like to for you to share with the listeners. Oh my gosh, your pain, your suffering, your discoveries, your ups and downs after um, provoke pivoting, I should
Mhm.
say, and resetting your mind.
Right.
You're using your gifts to help others achieve the same. And you touched a little bit on that, but you have uh, shown me and gone through with me some exercises that we would like to share with our audience as well. Now, in what way, other words, what are some of the benefits of personal development services that you offer?
Well, these tools and techniques, there's a huge movement right now in regard to, and rightly so, with emotional intelligence and also with positive psychology. And I firmly believe in those particular sciences. And what happens with regard to personal development, which these sciences are related, and they're they know that they work. And the caveat, and what I love about that is that there's room to grow, meaning that there are tools and techniques that we can use in addition to those particular sciences, and that's just theory, that the data indicate that because of these tools and techniques, five of which I'm going to tell you about specifically, very easy to implement, simple, but actually not easy, simple, but it's challenging to come back to the self. Um, that really allowed me to center myself, especially in the last couple of years. Um, that I knew I had the foundation for it, but I wasn't using it when I was homeless. I wasn't utilizing the tools and techniques when I almost died from an eating disorder, or when I was going through that high achieving, I have to perform, and it was so stressful, and it was self inflicted, and so had I known then what I know now, which allows myself and for other women and men, in fact, that we can halt the moment at which we start to shift over into our infantile mind, our our reptilian brain, in fact, the limbic system, it's imprinted on us that our legacy, our ancestors reacted, and we don't even know why we're reacting some way. It's inbred into us. And then those things that we learned as we're children, like having that tool and technique for that brace, that cast on my arm, it wouldn't serve me now, but it worked then. So there are certain ways, for example, people pleasing, hypervigilance. We're gonna die. There's a bear out there who's gonna get us, or lion or tiger. Well, 99 times out of 100, that ruffling of the leaves or the trees is probably the wind. But one time it's the tiger. And if it's that tiger and you're not protecting yourself, you're eating your dead. So our goal is to get through the primary reproductive years so we can do what we're supposed to do, is to repopulate so we can be here. You and I are here for that reason. So that said, I've there's when we get into that mode of reacting. So for example, if you were to ask me, can you do this? Can you do X, Y, or Z for me? And I'm kind of stressed out, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want you to. I want you to like me, and because I feel unworthy or I feel needy, or if I need that external validation, then I'll do it. Well, then I sacrifice my own self, and I keep getting depleted. My cup is empty, just about. I'm running myself ragged. I have nothing to give to anyone else, including myself. And then I become upset, not on purpose, but because you didn't reciprocate or give it back to me. You didn't do anything for me. Well, first of all, that's self-sabotaging behavior, because you didn't even know you were part of the equation. So how can we possibly fault someone when they didn't even know they're part of they were a variable? And that's just one type. The biggest one, I think, and I know that everybody has, is the judge. And I'm going to use the judge as one of the saboteurs. It's the biggest one that everyone has, that it takes 3 different forms. It could be, I'm not enough, the other people aren't enough, or the circumstances aren't enough. So what that means is that if something happens, I will berate myself, or I'll take it out of me, or you made me do something, you made me be this way, or whatever it is, you made me act this way, or the circumstances around the environment. So that the world is happening to them. So a lot of people that I've come in contact, they really like to take some quiet time in the morning, for example, just to kind of maybe like, just there's Bird, a cup of coffee or tea, whatnot. And I know quite a few people, which is wonderful, that they take a significant amount of time in their early mornings just to be with themselves. It's quiet and there's no distractions. And that's wonderful. And I'm curious that there's a clarity of mind for sure. What happens when you're driving home from work? It's been a stressful day, or maybe it hasn't, and somebody cuts you off on the road. Now, I would like to know one person who's never ever said nothing, and didn't curse them out, because that would not be very nice. But I mean, had a thought in their head, something like to that extent, like you what. Well, then the heart rate gets accelerated, and the blood pressure rises, and the adrenaline, and that's not healthy. So instead, to hopefully get to the place where I hope that person's family's okay, or I hope the person's not sick, or something with more empathy. And I'm not talking about that saccharine toxic positivity where everything's always great and it's like saccharine sweet. And that's not what I mean. It's having that moment, if you could. Now imagine, okay, this is a better example, and then I'll give you the first tactic. Imagine that you do your morning quiet time, or maybe your afternoon quiet time, and then you go to work, and the kids are with you all day, and you're in the grocery store, and someone in line in front of you, maybe the person's a little bit slower than you would prefer, of a particular age, or just having a problem. And then the cashier starts to talk to that person, and I just can't wait to get you. And there's nothing you can do about it. So for everyone who's listening or listening to the replays, I want you just to take your hands, okay, and take your index finger and your thumb, just barely touching one another, such that you can just softly feel the ridges of your fingerprints touching one another. Are you thinking about that person in front of you in the grocery line? I'm not saying that it's going to go away. I'm not saying that it's going to take any of the problems we have. However, what it does is it stifles, it halts, it stops. It's like, stop it. Just stop it. So you don't want to do that. That's not helpful. So you want to just stop it. And you don't want to be carrying around a buzzer that says, stop it, just stop it. Or saying, just stop it to yourself in the line. You could, that would work too. Or halt or whatever it is. That gets you back into the present moment in yourself. Such that over time, you can literally do that within 10 minutes or 10 seconds. I'm sorry. Another one is if you stroke your hand, just like so, just barely rubbing your hands. And then just noticing how the fingers come down to the wrists. And you can do that. I mean, and it's not like you're punching a bag in the restaurant where the food's taking too long. You're not beating on the table. It does stall a little bit and give some perspective. Now there's another one, and I want you all to close your eyes. Okay, I'm gonna trust you on this one. Come and close my eyes too. Okay, and this is because that was stroke. Okay, so stroke of the touch. So this is sound. And depending on where you're at, I want you to listen for the furthest thing that you can hear in the distance. Even if there's a lot of commotion, that one thing. Just listen to it. And if it disappears, find another one. Now shift and move your hearing, your sound, to the closest thing possible to you that you can hear. Could be my voice. It could be a small child. It could be the phone ringing. Hopefully it's your voice, your breath, I should say, the breath in your lungs. When there's no talking, you can open your eyes or not. So that's those are just two very brief ones. You can also take, let's see, I have a beautiful thing. Okay, so, all right. I'm going to use this one. Okay, I have a picture of my son, all right? This is him when he was a little infant. And obviously I'm not, but I also have another one. And for sight, you can use anything. You could look at your keyboards, preferably not your desk. You could look at a piece of carpet. You could look at a beautiful mural. You could look at the sky. You could look at just fixated, then have your gaze just soften and really hone in on the delicateness of it. And just take anything that you want to look at. And what I see are wisps of hair. Looks like he's balding, but he's not. He's coming in. And I see dimples. And I see these twofers coming out. You see these twofers? The teeth? You see the twofers? Right there. So yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know why. I think I'm having a hard time hearing you. There we go. No, you're good. Okay. You're very faint. So then we have stroke, sight, sound, and we have smell. So I don't know do we have another commercial plan? Because I would love for someone to go get a piece of chalk or something, put it in their mouth. Oh my God. Oh, I got a piece of candy. There we go. Got a piece of candy. So if you got something. Now this is a big piece of candy. Okay, don't put it in your mouth yet. We're going to do smell, whatever it is. Okay, so it's just I can't really smell mine because it's a hard piece of candy. But whatever you have, just take a moment, and just really close your eyes and just. It could be maybe it's chamomile or lavender or maybe it's a mint, whatever it is. Now, whatever that is, I want you, if it's safe, I want you to place it in your mouth. And then it's a hard piece of candy, so it's going to take me a minute. And you can feel the glands get stimulated here. Just let it resonate. Now, the interesting thing about the smell and the savor So it's taste. So this is a 5 sentence. The smell and the savor is if you still have that piece, whatever that food is in your mouth, and you plug your nose. Are we streaming? Are we back? Are we paused? Are we good? We're not good. Okay, we're good. If you were to then whatever is in your mouth, especially if it's quite pungent, if you have it in your mouth for that savor, and then you have your sense of smell, if you plug your nose and you still have that, you can't taste it as well, because taste, smell, and savor are connected. So let's say that there's something, let's say you had some medicine you had to take for you're sick and you had a hard time. It burns or whatever it does for whatever reason. And you didn't want to smell it or you didn't want to taste it. You just plug your nose, drink it that way. Seriously. Or a piece of chocolate. Don't do this to chocolate. I wouldn't suggest this, but I was saying if you were to plug your nose and then put a piece of chocolate in your mouth, what's the point? So those have been really helpful for me, because whenever I got into a moment where I needed to call upon what I call my sage, my wise mind, I was able to stop in that moment. And I'll tell you what, sure enough, there've been a number of occasions in the last few weeks where I felt I was stifled. I felt like I was shut down. I thought I was, in some way harmed or hurt. And I went not immediately, it took like 3 seconds, I think the longest. I was like, wait a second, when did I feel like this before? I went right back to where I was when I was 8 years old or when I was 5 years old. And I realized that this person has nothing to do with that. When did I feel this way? This person wasn't there. But the way I could understand it was my brain. It's like it's embedded, those memories. So being mindful that it's just a pause. And then when we retrain our brain, it's mental fitness. We go to the gym regularly to injure ourselves, actually, to be a little bit sore. And what happens, and I was a personal trainer for many years with the U.S. Army over in Germany when I lived there. And we tear our muscles down in order to heal, to build them back up. That's how we get stronger. We have to try a little bit. Never said this is going to be easy. Driving a car is not easy. It's simple, but not easy. But you learn how to do it. So the thing about it is you want to keep doing what you did. If you want to keep doing what you've done, you're going to get what you got. And how happy are you? See, IQ and EQ, intellectual quotient and emotional quotient, emotional intelligence, that's the capacity about what we're able to achieve. Positive intelligence is the ability to sustain and move and live in a more positive way, so that we're not controlled by our childlike brain. Babies are so cute, but how well would they be able to survive if they were all of a sudden 30 years old? So we learn these things, we got to relearn.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
I can't hear you.
Oh my goodness, I'm coming back.
Because I try to go off, to allow the big screen. So when you look at this on Facebook or on, YouTube, you will see that, we use these prompts to, as an indicator for one another.
Right.
But, you had mentioned something that resonates with me. How many dreamers do we have in the house?
Dreamers?
Raise your hand. Yes, the dreamers in the house. And dreaming and going back to those dreams, and Dr. Laura, please share with us. It's not bad to dream. It's not bad to have memories, good memories. But when they get stuck in bad memories, like grieving, for example, something that will pull us down, when life will bring, those obstacles and adversities our way. But we have to learn how, condition the mind, reset, shift, pivot, all of
See,
the above to go into the right direction.
right,
Because
right,
if
right.
we stay where we are, right, Dr. Laura? If we stay where we are, we won't grow. As you mentioned, we will not make progress.
You know,
Go
you
ahead.
were,
Yes.
do you remember Jerry Maguire and You Complete Me? The show me the money. Okay, and then You Complete Me. Are you kidding me? I don't want anybody to complete me because I'm never going to be, it's highly unlikely that I'm ever going to be like some sage, wise master, mistress, whatever it is. And all I know is that I just want to keep being better the next day than I was the day prior. So and that means that I'm never complete. That's great. But I don't want, for me to, everybody's got some. And for me to think that somebody else can fill me up so much and complete me, that's like two sickies asking for a welly. You can't have two sickies making a welly because we're all sick. It's how we cope. I know, right? Here's my armrest. It's
Right.
the thing about it is that why would I ever want to give my power away? Why would I ever want someone to complete me or someone else? Because then I'm not fully giving to them. I'm asking them to give something to themselves. They're not even full up. Maybe you think they're so full of themselves. If that's great, then that's wonderful if they're on that path. That's awesome if they're on the path. We come out of the chute needed to be filled up so much, and then we leave with nothing. We come in this world with nothing. We leave with, take out a blank sheet of paper. You know what? That's everything that I'm owed and everything I'm entitled to. And I build that up throughout my years and thinking that we're owed something. You got to make your life right. You got to make your life right. And what
I'm sorry. It's that journey. It's the journey, the dash in between. You and I talk about that. We know our birth date. We know we don't know. Well, we don't know. I'm sorry. Back it up. We don't know our birth date. We do not know our transitioning date. However, we do have a big responsibility to take care of that dash in between. And that dash, Dr. Laura, tell them about the dash.
Oh, the dash.
That dash is for us to fulfill and to do whatever we can do, because that life is not, that life journey, that dash is not for us. Our stories is not for us. Dr. Laura, take it over. Take it over. Take it over.
See, this is the thing. There's a poem. It's called The Dash, and this is not it, but it's associated. It's affiliated with it. It's like, I met of a man who read to speak at the funeral of a friend, and he referred to two dates on a tombstone. I got goosebumps already from beginning to the end. One day got born, one day gone. Fill it up with happiness and tears. Now I know what matters most is the dash between the years. Because that line represents the time that we spent in life here on this earth. And now only those who love us know what that little line is worth. It doesn't matter how much you own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. When the story's been already read, when something gone and the story's been all told, will you be proud of what they say about how you lived your dash? Oh, when you were gone, the story's told, whatever it is. Will you be proud of what they say about how you lived your dash? Do you want your dash bigger? I want my dash bigger than those dates.
Exactly. And not only that, it seems like, and you can live in peace or die in peace, knowing that you did the best that you could do. But while you're here, while your eyes are open, while you're moving, while you're touching, able to touch and smell and hear, and learn. To be so
alive. Lean into those feelings.
That's the fullness. That's the fullness. Self-love, self-fullness. Not having someone else to complete us. No, we have to complete ourselves.
Right.
Am I right about it?
I'm sure. I don't have a mic, but I got to think. I stop it.
Your life.
He's dropping bombs here. You're dropping bombs.
Yes, and I'm going to give myself a
clap again here.
Laura. Yes, Dr. Laura. But what do you have to say? Add to that before we come to our ending, which time, we're having so much
Wow.
fun, but I
This
want
is
to,
so fun.
yes,
I just
I
want to curl
want
up with a
to.
cup of tea with you outside a fireplace. It's so fun.
Amen, amen. But before we get to our last portion, and that is how can one reach out to you or contact you in the free giveaway? We have a free giveaway from
What?
Dr. Laura. Yeah. Oh, you
Well,
didn't know it? You didn't know
Of
it?
course.
Wait.
Of
Well,
course.
your team said it's okay. No, give it away. Give the store away.
Well, definitely. I don't know if you'll be able to put the calendar link on the screen there. Definitely get in touch with me. We'll find out what's your dash. How are you living and loving in the way that you want your dash? What's your message? What's your mission? What's your mindset? What's your mind shift? And you want to get right. You want to have your story told on stages and pages. Definitely.
Ooh.
You want to have your voices heard on stages and your words read on pages, baby. You got to have the confidence and say, I'm right. I'm getting right. You don't have to be right. You just got to be on the way to get right. We are human beings, but that's a trajectory. That's a journey. We'll always get there.
Show up.
Show up. Suit up. Show up. Step up and speak up.
Yes.
Suit up.
Show up.
Like
we're showing up for you all today, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I know your life coach and those that have joined us, and I cannot see one thing about Instagram. If I tap something, hello, those that have joined us on Instagram. Maybe Dr. Laura, can you see that on your end?
I see Nina.
Okay.
And I see there's two.
I don't want to. Okay. And those that have joined us, we wave at you. And those that will be watching the replay, I know this will be up for some time. So we want you to just revisit what Dr. Laura shared with you, the exercises that she gave you, and just let her know. Send her a message. Send her a message and let her know.
Come on over to Clubhouse. We'll break some bread. We'll have a little chit chat.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll be on tonight.
Tonight at what time?
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes tonight. Okay. Well, make sure you show up
baby.
on time.
Over. Yeah. Just look for me on Clubhouse and just put in the back chat that you know me from Instagram, and we're good.
Good. Now let's go into before we do that, we're going to do the freebie. We have a free giveaway. Now for those on Instagram, because they cannot see this post that we have, can you let Instagram community, family, friends?
If you find me at Dr. Laura Cobb, just Dr. Laura Cobb, you'll find me. Just insert the word ebook in there, and I'll send you a free book on living your life's purpose. What's your dash?
And you know what? I have to make a correction for Facebook, YouTube, and I'm going to do that right now because I have mind shift. So we're going to go with what word?
You know what? I believe you're right. Actually, my mind had a shift there for a moment. I was thinking about ebook. See, I had to shift back there. No, you are correct. Yes, it's not ebook. It's what I'm giving is the ebook. It's a mind shift.
Yes. Okay. So I'll let her repeat that because if I say it, I may have shift before the mind. So please repeat that word.
That's find me on Instagram, Dr. Laura Cobb. And just insert the word mind shift because I was thinking ebook because that's what you're getting, baby, on how to shift your mind, living your life's purpose. What's your dash?
Well, thank you in advance. Yay. I'm going to clap for everybody on that one. See, this is the gifting table, right? We believe in giving so much away because we want you to stretch your mind, stretch until you break, stretch until you break, stretch that mind, get your exercise in with Dr. Laura. I'm telling you, we appreciate you and I love you back and more. Now you're
to the
offering,
moon,
Yes. We may stay there. What?
Right.
But we have to return.
We're a better age.
We have to return because we're not
a better
done.
age.
Yes. Now your offer programs. to take women and men on a journey designed to help them hone their skills, emotional intelligence, self awareness, get a load of this, stress management, and assertiveness. These are meant to help improve our quality of life by achieving our personal and professional goals. So that was a mouthful. However, if you reach out to Dr. Laura, she said you can go on Clubhouse, message her, inbox her there. You can go on to she's good. I mean, she's all over Instagram. And what is your handle on Instagram
My
for those
Instagram,
that
my LinkedIn, and my Facebook handle are all the same. In fact, my Clubhouse is too. Dr. Dr.
okay,
Laura Cobb. Easy peasy,
okay,
nice and
good.
breezy.
Yes, easy peasy, nice and greasy. Oh, I like that. You're going to be slipping and sliding all over the place with these powerful tips and tools and strategies that you can use
Just
today.
remember
So
your
you
5
got that.
S's. Stroke, see, stroke, sight, sound, smell, and savor. Yum. Give me a piece of
Ooh,
steak.
repeat
Whatever.
that. Repeat that, please.
Stroke, sight, sound, smell, savor.
Wow. Wow. With that said, and if you cannot, like we said, the replay will be here. So you can always come back and watch the replay. If you would like to have or schedule, I don't know how many minutes she gives you, whether it's 15 minutes or a half hour,
Yeah.
free consultation. You can email her or she will give you her Calendly schedule.
It's if you contact me with on Mindshift, I'm a Dr. Laura Cobb on Instagram. If you connect with me on any of the social platforms and you put Mindshift in there, we can set up an appointment for you for a 30-minute, and I definitely get you the ebook for sure. And I just lost my train of thought. There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. So focused
Your
on the
email.
audience. See, that's the
Mhm.
beautiful thing. I forget about me because I'm
Yes.
thinking about. I forget what I'm
It's
saying.
all
'cause I'm
about
thinking
you.
about them.
Yes. It's all about them. It's
Yep.
all about
Yep.
them. It's all about you all. We're here to help you grow. And as we said, yes, we're going to grow and we're going to stretch together. We're going to stretch together because we're in this together. We're pulling up each and every one of you with us, you know. So we hope that you something resonated with you today. And again, if you would like to reach out to Dr. Laura Cobb, you can find her on any social media platform. And for your work beingologist, you can contact me as well on any platform. And Dr. Laura and I will be hosting some clubhouse rooms very soon together.
Absolutely. It's going to be
fabulous. Oh, MG, you think you think
It's
you
on like Donkey
something
Kong.
today? It's gonna be on, right? It's gonna be
this
on.
girl is on fire. This girl.
And
I'll belt it out
yes.
too. It's not so great. It's a beautiful thing. You are amazing. Do you know that? You just have
Well,
this
you
glow.
are
You radiate
too.
just essence and beauty and just have an aura.
Oh, and I didn't send her a check. I didn't pay
She
her
did
for all
not.
this, but you know,
No.
back at you.
No.
Back at you, my sister. Back at you.
You know
We
what?
appreciate your time. Yes.
Yes, I'm rubber, you're glue. Anything you say bounces off me and sticks to you. I love turning that meanness in childhood, and you have a mind shift, and it can be used for perfect, beautiful compliment. I'm rubber, you're glue. I love you.
Ooh, I love you back and more. And you know, that's all in balancing. When we balance our lives, we can love and give more, right? And given we're not talking about money, you know,
No.
hey, you know, we didn't take an offering up today.
No, not at all. I would say have a conscious
Pass
act
the
of
pan.
kindness.
Should we pass the pan though? No,
No,
will
I'd
we?
rather, I'll give you a compliment instead of a token. You know what? How about
Yes.
this? Have a conscious act of kindness in your evening tonight in some fashion. Not a random act,
Ooh,
a conscious act.
I like that.
There's a
I
call
like
to
that.
action. That was full circle. Bam! We did it.
Ooh, yes,
I
yes.
love you.
Well, with that said, we thank you very much. And in closing, any final words, Dr. Laura? Any
You be
final
you,
words?
because everybody else is taken.
Oh, I have to let me write that down. You be you because everybody else is taken. Okay, I'm going to use that.
I
Yes, and
feel
I'm going to
flattered. Thank
be
you.
me. Yes, and you be you, Dr. Laura,
I mean,
and yes, those that are on Instagram, be you, as
I'm
Dr.
smart,
Laura
I'm
said.
beautiful, I'm nice, and I'm sweet. Wait, forget it. There's a thing that they do on Instagram that they do that little thing. For disregard, I'll tell you later.
Okay,
Call me sister.
she's coming back. She's
You should
coming
sing out
back.
with sister. Sister.
Oh yes,
I
yes, yes,
love
yes.
mine. Oh.
Same
So,
father, but
well,
different mothers, but that's okay. We thank you very much. And you hang in there, Dr. Laura. Don't go anywhere.
okay.
She's drawing hearts and everything. You see her? Okay, I think I can get
It's
there you go. There's my heart. There's my heart. Love you all. Thank you
Okay.
very much for joining us, and God bless you. And we will be talking to you real soon.
Ciao, Bella
Goodbye
and
for
Bello.
now. Hold on, Dr. Laura, while I post this, and we are good. So we're still on Facebook, Twitter,
Hi.
and YouTube. And we had an awesome time with you all today. And we will post the giveaway, the free giveaway, and some other things. But, share this message with someone so that you can help them through the process of life that they have as well. Thank you very much. And we're going to sign off for now. But Dr. Laura and we're going to talk backstage. Yes, have a conversation going on. And we will see you until next time.
Bye-bye, my
Goodbye.
babies.
We love you.
Bye-bye, my babies.